Hi, I'm Rob Flagg, and this is a Mitsubishi product presentation video. Have you ever seen a car go by that was so drop-dead gorgeous that you couldn't take your eyes off it? Well, then you've seen the Mitsubishi Eclipse. When it comes to turning heads, this sports coupe spins them like a roulette wheel. Nothing on the road looks like the Eclipse. Nothing else combines its grand touring comfort with pulse-quickening performance. And there's nothing that compares to its peace of mind warranty coverage. Because it's one of the best back cars in the world. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you some of the key features on this Eclipse GTP Coupe. We'll go around the car together in a typical walk-around, just like you do with your customers. So let's get started. The latest edition of the Eclipse Coupe builds on its impressive standing as a sports car for those who want to go their own way. They can choose two ways to do this. With the 162 horsepower Eclipse GS powered by a 2.4-liter four-cylinder MIVEC engine, or the GTP with a 265 horsepower MIVEC V6. Eclipse is also available as a convertible called the Spider. It comes in the same GS and GTP trim levels with the same four-cylinder and V6 engines. The Eclipse Spider is covered in a separate product presentation video, so be sure to check it out. Now let's get back to the coupe and the sensational GTP model that we have here. The word athletic is one way to describe the look, performance, and attitude of the Mitsubishi Eclipse. The other word is probably awesome. If you start your Eclipse presentation up front, you can highlight its wide, aggressive stance and a presence like no other sports car on the road. On the GTP Coupe, this is accented with a distinctive two-tone bumper. Standard fog lamps ride below it, and high-intensity discharge headlamps ride above. Those HID headlamps are typical of luxury sports coupes, but they're hard to find on cars in the GTP segment, and they're rarely standard. That's part of the theme you'll want to play up with customers, because this car is packed with exceptional features. And that's true here under the hood. This is the GTP's 3.8-liter single overhead cam V6 with 265 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. It eats pavement like there's no tomorrow. But it does it with remarkable smoothness and fuel efficiency. And Mitsubishi's acclaimed MIVEC technology is a big reason why. MIVEC automatically adjusts the timing of the intake and exhaust valves to match the input from the accelerator. When you call for torque to get off the line, this MIVEC makes it happen instantly. Then at higher speeds, when you want effortless power to pass, MIVEC adjusts the valve timing again to deliver all the power that you need. That power reaches the front wheels through one of two Eclipse GTP transmissions. The standard unit is a 6-speed manual that unites the clutch, the shifter, and the mind of the driver in pure driving bliss. And for those who define bliss in other ways, the GTP offers an optional 5-speed automatic with Sportronic function, so they can take the manual control of the upshifts and downshifts when they want. Now let's close up here and take a look at the passenger side of the GTP. Is there anything else on the road that has a sculpted, muscular profile like this? Every body line screams performance. And these 18-inch alloy wheels and low-profile V-rated tires back it up. They're the frontline components of a sport-tuned suspension system that keeps the Eclipse glued to the road through every twist and turn, but with a minimum amount of harshness. So the GTP handles potholed city streets as confidently as the smoothest highway. It all starts with the McPherson front strut system that's linked by a stout brace for rigidity and flat cornering. At the rear, a low-mount independent multi-link design ensures that the wheels track with the same kind of exuberance, but without the harshness that other sports coupes often exact from their drivers. Exuberant driving and handling can only be enjoyed when it's backstopped by a great braking system. And that's why the GTP comes with a standard anti-lock braking system with large ventilated disc brakes at all four corners. This system includes electronic brake force distribution, better known as EBD. And what that does is balance brake force between the front and rear wheels to help reduce stopping distances. Together, EBD and ABS help prevent brake lockup and skidding that can rob a driver of control, especially in collision avoidance maneuvers. The Mitsubishi Eclipse also comes with traction control and active stability control. Working together, they can automatically reduce throttle input to reduce wheel slippage, or take command of a single brake to help a slipping wheel regain traction. That intervention can also pivot the car back on track in a certain oversteer or understeer situations. That's an important safety feature, and it's complemented with Eclipse's standard tire pressure monitoring system. Your customers can count on sensors in each wheel that will trigger a warning light on the instrument panel to let them know if a tire is running below optimal pressure. Now, here's a view of the Eclipse GTP Coupe, more than a few drivers will have to get used to seeing. Sitting up high is a large rear spoiler. Below that, the GTP features two-tone bumper over polished stainless steel exhaust finishers. Honestly, is there a better way to say sayonara to everyone else on the road? Now here's something that's going to surprise customers who've shopped for other sports coupes. A real honest-to-goodness trunk. With 444 liters of cargo capacity, the Eclipse Coupe can stow a weekend's worth of luggage back here, and then some. And that's something that a touring-oriented customer will find compelling. Now this could be their weekend getaway car for sure. And if they want the flexibility to carry long loads, the Eclipse Coupe comes standard with a split-fold rear seat. So they can do that too. Well, that's just one of the practical convenience features that come standard on the Eclipse Coupe. And you should make an effort to point out some of the others, like power side mirrors with heated glass. That helps keep them ice and fog free, and the standard power windows, power door locks, and the keyless entry system. But you know that practical and convenient are not features that lights the fire of an Eclipse customer. But this is. The Eclipse Coupe is a pure sports coupe. From the waveform instrument panel, to the black and silver gauges, to the ice blue lighting, and the GTP standard aluminum pedals. The cockpit is roomy in the touring car tradition and includes standard heated leather bucket seats and a 6-way power driver's seat. The center stack is topped with an LCD screen that displays audio system functions and the time. And on the GTP, it includes readouts for outside temperature and compass direction. Below the screen is an impressive 650-watt Rockford Fosgate audio system that transforms the cockpit into a concert hall. There's a 6-disc CD changer that also plays digital MP3 files, Sirius satellite radio with a prepaid 6-month subscription, 8 premium speakers, and a 10-inch subwoofer. For those days when open-air driving catches the GTP owner's fancy, there's a standard power sunroof. And when the weather isn't so great, the GTP Coupe features an automatic climate control system that only needs to be set once for year-round comfort. These days, comfort also extends to safety, because safety really comforts the mind. On the Eclipse Coupe, safety starts with dual front airbags and seat-back-mounted side airbags to help protect the driver and front passenger. And it also comes with standard side curtain airbags that drop down from the headliner to offer head protection for front and rear seat occupants on both sides of the car. But those safety features are simply the most obvious. What your Eclipse customers won't see is the rigid unibody architecture beneath the coupe sheet metal. And the collision avoidance features I covered earlier, like standard 4-wheel ABS, traction control, and active stability control. That kind of safety and the great performance of the GTP Coupe are both built on lessons learned and embedded in the Eclipse's DNA through Mitsubishi's rich rally heritage and record-setting wins. Well, that's it for this Mitsubishi product presentation video on the Eclipse GTP Coupe. This has been a quick snapshot of the features and selling points that make this car so exciting. If you want more information on other features and other Eclipse models, here are some additional product knowledge sources you'll want to look into. And here are some key third-party sources of Eclipse reviews and test drive stories. Favorable reviews from trusted sources like these are important decision-making tools for your customers, so make sure you draw their attention to them. Your knowledge and enthusiasm will go a long way in selling Eclipse Coupe to your customers. But the best way to close the deal is to let them experience everything you've shown them in a test drive. because the Eclipse Coupe turns everyday driving into one happy, habit-forming experience.